Okay, let's try this again. Hi. Okay, I think I'm just gonna try and get the thought out. I tried to record this just a minute ago and I had to stop it. I'm like, this is too scattered. I'm like trying to speak cohesively and like with precision and clearness, and it's not coming out right. But so I thought I would just try to just say the thought that I had, and then instead of talking, like telling the backstory first and then getting to this point, I think I just want to tell the point and then backtrack and maybe tell you guys how I got to that thought for anyone that wants to stick around and hear the story. It's like story time. Anyway, so the thought was, you know how I had the thought like we have like an an energetic ancestral system, okay? Like this is literally like a fresh thought that I just had. So, and like I said, I'll explain how I got to that thought. I'm like sitting in my car, like reading my own journal to myself. And because I fucking like, I blew through this journal. Like it's kind of a like skinny one, you know? This one took me like less than 2 weeks to write all the way through. So I gotta go get a new journal today. But anyway, so that got me thinking about systems because like I said, I'll go into the backstory, but I honestly feel like I released something like massive, right? Like in my energetic system. So there, you hear that we have like our energetic body, right? We have our nervous system. We have the chakra system. Um, what is that? The solar system. There's just something here about systems, okay? So I was thinking about what I had released because you know how like um different emotions and like repressed emotions that either you have repressed your entire life, um but also maybe it's carried over to you from your bloodline, from the ancestral things that have been passed down, right? Because it's like ancestral speaking, we gain many things from our ancestors. Like we get passed down many things from our ancestors. And that's like good and bad, like I think we inherit like some of like their gifts, whether that's like, the gift of like creativity, like artists or like singers or like, you know, writers, poets, even just like, but also we get passed down like the gift of like helping people or healing or like we get the strength of our ancestors, like the grit, like the intuition, like it's like, so we can get many things passed down to us like through our bloodline, right, through our DNA from our ancestors. But then we also can get like ancestral trauma passed down to us, like grief that was never processed, like things like that, right? Anger even. So I was thinking about that and how like supposedly like when you talk about like I haven't studied this like a lot, but I'm very fascinated with like Eastern medicine and like like traditional Chinese medicine and like the Eastern way of looking at things. I feel like the Eastern way of looking at things, like they really look at like how things are connected. They look at how like, because with like traditional Chinese medicine, like you deal with like the meridian system. That's another system where I feel like system is just a way to say how things are all connected, right? So like with the meridian system, it's like basically like how every part of our body is connected to each other, right? And so I'm like a very natural person, and so I'm very like fascinated too with like holistic healing. So like I said, I haven't studied it like a whole lot, so I don't know like a whole lot or anything, but I know like the basics. So anyway, so thinking about like in the in the realm of systems, right? Where was I going? Oh, so I was thinking about the things that we kind of inherit from our ancestors, right, from our bloodlines, and how unprocessed emotion, like I said, either from us in our own this lifetime and many, maybe like many of our own past lives, but also from our ancestors and our bloodlines, right? So I was thinking about all that and how unprocessed emotions can be like literally stored in our bodies places, right? Like you hear like supposedly, like I think according to Chinese medicine, like anger, for instance, just as an example, like anger supposedly is held in the liver. So if that's not processed, that can create physically, it can manifest physically as like, liver issues or things that are connected to the liver, like the liver meridian. Um, that can mean like eyes, which the liver meridian, I learned through researching this, that the liver meridian is the only one that leads to the eyes. So this might be important for someone. If you're having some kind of eye issues, then like look at your liver health. That's something I've looked a lot into. So anyway, but so I was thinking about that whole thing, right? About how unprocessed emotions are stored in our bodies places, right? And then I was like, and then the word ancestral system like came into my mind. So I feel like it's like it's like, what am I trying to say here? This is why this is my second time trying to record this, because the first time I like could not get my words. I couldn't get my footing. So also there's something about that. There's so much I want to talk to you guys about. Like there's so much. But like I feel like things are being reconstructed, recreated, reborn, like from the ground up. I feel like a very much like a clearing of like foundational deep shit. And this actually ties into this. So anyway, so the point is, excuse me. The point is, so I was like reading through the part in my journal that I had written in just the other day. This is like from the 9th. From May 9th, I feel like. I wrote so much that night, and then I wrote so much from the other night that just blasted through just the rest of this journal. Anyway, but like, you guys, like I seriously feel like I like released something massive within my own energetic body, like my own energetic system, right? Because I remember, I guess I'll just tell you the experience real quick now. So the other night, like 3 nights ago, maybe 2 or 3 nights ago. No, this experience I think was from like 3 nights ago. But anyway, it was very late at night. I was on my couch and I was kind of like dozing off, like, cause I've been so tired, y'all. Like, but I remember sitting on my couch and I was journaling, like in this journal, right? And like I finally was like, but also I was sitting there and I was thinking, right? I was pondering all this shit. And then obviously I don't know how you guys journal. But like, I don't really, I don't just like sit down and be like, I'm going to journal. Like, that's not how I do it. Some people do. And like, that's a beautiful thing. But just me personally, I just grab my journal and write whenever I feel the need to write something down, which happens quite often, which is why I blow through my journals and I write through them so quick. And I have so many. But anyway, so like, oh my God. Oh, I've had so many like big, like, just massive, like game changing, like shit, like foundationally shifting, mind blowing experiences within the past couple days. What is today? Today's the 11th. Today's May 11th, 2026, as of me recording this right now. Oh my God. Like, it's just been, has anyone been just like, I just feel like there's massive upgrades coming in, you guys. Like, I feel like there is like something very powerful like going on. It has been going on, but like just the energy lately has been so like supercharged. It's been incredible. It's been eye-opening. It's been like transformative. It's just been crazy, right? So anyway, this experience I'll get into. So I was sitting on my couch the other night thinking, writing shit down that I was thinking about, kind of meditating, because I was so tired that I was like, sometimes I would like fall asleep, like doze off as I'm like writing or like thinking about the things that I'm writing about, right? So the other night I was like, I got really real with myself. Like that was one of those nights where like I was crying and I was like purging a lot because I was finally thinking about things that like either I hadn't thought about forever or things that I'm realizing that I have been feeling my entire life. So this particular thing and that particular thing I was thinking about that night. Oh yeah, I was writing about how I got an answer to a question that I had like prior to 3 days ago. So maybe like within like a week ago. Um, I realized so the emotions that I was dealing with and sitting with and thinking about, but I feel like literally like I felt like they were like I don't know. It almost kind of felt like we were hanging out in a way because I was like sitting with these emotions. I was like, I almost kind of felt like I was like interacting with these emotions. It was crazy, right? Crazy experience. But so the emotions I was dealing with and thinking about was like jealousy and envy. Okay? Because I like was feeling that I had a time a little over a week ago. Like I had like this really intense feeling of it. Like I was feeling like very like I was feeling happy for somebody, but like I said, I was being completely real with myself as I always am. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes like I will straight up either come out here to the car to talk to myself out loud and like work through it and process it and like navigate what it is I'm feeling and why I'm feeling it. So this is kind of what I was doing that night that I was really thinking about this. I was like, well, no, it was before that. I was writing about this about 3, 4 nights ago, but it had started like a week ago when I had this experience where I had the awareness of it. I was like, okay, I'm like feeling, I'm in my moo and it's like hot as fuck in here. But anyway, so I was being real with myself and I'm like, okay, I am feeling very like I don't want to be feeling this, but if I'm being honest, I'm feeling very envious right now of like, you know, the situation or this person or whatever. And it's like I don't want to feel that way though. Like I was feeling like guilt and shame about it, right? And so like I posed the question and I even said this out loud. I was like how do I actually, and I straight up like talked to my spirit squad that night. I was like, how do I, like, what did I even say? I just passed through it, but I was like, the question was, oh, okay. Oh, so I was pondering / wondering and asked, how are we supposed to transmute / alchemize / navigate through envy and jealousy? Because I realized, I'm like, dude, I've been dealing, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just read this now. Like, because I feel like that's another good like reason why I bring my journals out sometimes, because it does help me stay focused and like on track. Because if I'm just like reading what I wrote, then it's like, okay, like it's explained. So maybe I'll just read this to you guys, okay? Okay, so this is the question that was posed, okay? That I just really like wanted to get to the root of, right? To heal it. Like if you're anything like me and you're here and you're vibing it with all of this, it's like, and like my just channel in general, I'm at a like I've always been such like a deep person, like, and now in my journey it's like I want to truly heal. And so to do that though, that's what shadow work is. You face all shadow work is facing your darkness. Okay, it's like looking and bringing awareness to the shit that yes, either you have repressed or you have shoved into the corners of your mind or your consciousness, you know. And see it's all connected, because in doing that, that energy sitting there in your energetic body, or like I said, like what made me start this, your ancestral body or system, if it's just sitting there, it would make sense that it might, and it's not dealt with, it's like it would make sense that that might physically manifest into something, you know. So that honestly, like on a deeper energetic holistic level, like might be, I feel like, the cause of a lot of different medical shit going on. Okay, but anyway, okay, let me just read this. So how are we supposed to transmute / alchemize / navigate through envy and jealousy? I was like, because I was really feeling it the other day and feeling so bad and guilty and shameful about it. And clearly, I feel like I needed to feel it out first, you know, instead of pushing it down. And also realizing that I have been dealing with feeling the energy slash emotion of envy and jealousy almost my entire life. And this is where like I deep dove because like then I started thinking about it and I even thought back to my childhood and I was like, oh, like yeah, it fucking started all the way back then. like um and I wrote whether it was from, and I might, just because I'm trying to keep my personal information like kind of not out there, I might skip some things. But you know what? We're getting real. That's what we do here on this fucking channel. We get fucking real. So, like, let's just go. Okay, so I wrote, so I realized I've been feeling this my entire life, right? And I was like, whether it was from elementary school and feeling so, okay, this might be a trigger warning. This is the point where I might have to be like, okay, this is trigger warning because this is like getting into like some of like my shadow of like these really deep kind of sad, dark thoughts and feelings I've always had. So if that's not your vibe today, that's okay. But I do want to trigger warning here and just be like, okay, we're going to get real and deep and dark because this is shadow work. Okay. Like it gets ugly. It gets messy. It gets hard and difficult sometimes, but like, I feel like that's what you got to do to get on the other side of it, to heal it, to process it. This is what we have to do to work through it, right? So I guess this is kind of not a lesson, but it's just like, hey, this is like you coming through kind of my shadow with me. If anyone's kind of curious, like maybe they don't know, like, how am I even supposed to do shadow work? Well, I guess this is like an example for you, like of kind of how I do it and like what came through the other night. Okay. So let's continue. So I realized I've been feeling it my entire life. This is the trigger warning where it's going to just get really real, okay? And I said, whether it was from elementary school and feeling so ugly and unwanted to feeling like everyone loved, let's just say my stepsister and my sister. I feel like they were more loved than me because they were so funny and quirky and beautiful, and I was really shy as a kid. So I was very reserved and quiet and the people I grew up with were just like, you know, like my sister. I love my sister so fucking much. Like, she's one of my favorite people and I wish she lived closer. But she's always been like just so herself, okay? Like I feel like my sister is one of those strong, awesome, just, I don't know how to, like, just one of those souls that she came in knowing who the fuck she was, you know? And I feel like she's like a generational, like, you know, generational pattern breaker herself, just in existing, because she's so like brave and courageous and blunt. She is one of those blunt people that's like, she'll just fucking say it. Like, she'll just like say it the way it is. But dude, she has the biggest heart and she's so caring. Like, she has kind of like a, you know, rough exterior, but on the inside, she's the big O softie. Like, she's so caring and just thoughtful and creative. Like, I just love her so much. But anyway, but like, speaking about all this though, it's like, oh my God, that is so funny. A text just came up in my family group chat and that is crazy. It came from her. Oh, I love you and I missed you. I said her name in my mind. But anyway, but like, I have always kind of felt like envious of her for, you know, not only maybe being able to always speak her truth from a young age, and I had to work through that, and awaken my own throat chakra, which is part of my healing journey now, which is why I do this and I talk to you guys and I record shit. But anyway, But there, even as a kid though, there has always kind of been some like envy there, you know, like, God, I wish I was like that. I wish I was beautiful like them. I wish I could speak my mind like them. I wish I was as funny as they were, like, you know. So so I wrote that, and then from that to feeling envious of all the pretty and popular girls at school who always got all the boys. And even feeling jealous of the kids at school growing up who always got to go on vacations every break. I'm going to skip that part. And then I was writing here about how, like I said, we're mid shadow work in this part of my journal, okay? So I'm sorry this is a little intense. But again, this is the real shit. This is the work, you know? But I said, I just feel so inadequate sometimes, and I feel like a failure on almost every level sometimes. And see, maybe that's why, and I'm still reading, and see, maybe that's why that / those intense, and I like underlined intense, and see, maybe that's why that / those intense waves of anger and emotional turmoil roared through me the other night / day to burn all this shit away. Because if you I had this that I just referred to, that, if you're interested, that was, I talked about that in the last video I posted. That video I recorded on the 8th, but I didn't get around to posting it until yesterday. What is that one called? Oh, that one's called We Are the Elements, with a bunch of like the elemental emojis. And then I was like, and then I wrote, so let that fire burn through the old to ignite the new. And it was so cool too, because I think that's part of what took me so long to post it. Like it took me a couple days because I couldn't think of what I wanted to title it. I knew I wanted something to do with fire, because I was talking about how I had like a really like emotional, angry night and day the other day, and how fire or anger can actually be a source of power for us. I feel like, because it can be a transmuter of energy. It can help us shift shit. And I feel like fire is a very like fiery I feel like anger is a very fiery emotion. So for me personally, like some days, I was talking about in that video how I felt like some days like that are just really emotionally like triggering and like intense and like explosive, don't explode at anybody, but like those can be really helpful in our journey, because sometimes we just need those days to like help us clear out a lot of old shit. And I think that's what I've been going through, like massive purging, like massive like just like working through all this old shit, right? And then like in a video before that, I was talking about the analogy of like when we move, like from like, let's say like you move from one house to another one, you have to go through your entire fucking house. You gotta clear house. You gotta fucking like go through literally every fucking room, every nook and cranny of that fucking house, the old one, and either decide to throw shit away, let shit go, maybe donate it so it can have another life. It can be, you know, serve somebody else or make somebody else happy. I love thrifting. So it's like I'm on both sides of that spectrum. Like I'm the one that donates stuff sometimes when I'm like ready to let it go, but also I'm someone that finds many treasures at thrift stores. I fucking love it. That's what I call it. It's basically thrift. It's basically treasure hunting for me, because you really never know what you're gonna find, you know? It's a magical experience and so fun. Anyway, and so like, so the whole analogy was when you move, the whole point of it is that when you move from one house to a new one, from an old place to a new place, you literally go through everything that you own, everything you've been hauling around from house to house or place to place. You have to confront it when you move. So I liken that to being an analogy of how when we move like levels of maybe like in our spiritual journey or our mental journey even, or like just like our evolution as souls and people, and we were ready for that next level. Like I feel like I've been at that precipice. I've been at this threshold for so long. And that's why all of this old shit, and like, oh my God, I talked about the Scorpio full moon too that we had like a week or a week and a half ago. Holy shit, dude. That brought up so much shit. Like, but it's shit that needs to come up that's been hidden for so long. It's just like I said, like when you clean your house to move, you got to look in the basement. You got to look in the attic. You got to look in the fucking kitchen. You got to look in the closets, everywhere. You got to confront this shit. This is what shadow work is. You got to confront all this shit that's been in the dark forever, right? Or that you just forgot about. That's just been sitting there. And so when you go to the next level, it's the same thing. You confront every single thing and all the feelings and emotions and trauma and like repressed shit. You have to face it if you want to be like lighter and like more empowered to move on to the next level, right? So anyway, so this is what I was writing about that night, right? About how it's just like, and then think about actual like alchemy and like phoenix energy. Fire is just very important right now. Like, so is water though, fire and water, because, well, all the elements. I got into that in the last video, but my God. But the point is, I think this is like a massive purging cycle. Like, this is like a massive time of purging because we are shifting. Like, I don't know if anyone else feels this on like the magnitude or the level or the depth that I do, but it's like, I feel like a lot of us like empaths and like people that are very intuitive and tapped in and spiritual, and like maybe even like people that don't really identify as being spiritual, but they can feel it. I don't know if any of you guys are out there and you feel this too, but like I just feel like something definitely is like shifting. Like ancient things are awakening too. Like I was just talking about this with my mom yesterday. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. Yesterday was Mother's Day, so we hung out with my mom all day. But anyway, so coffee. Hold on. With my bunny cup. It's cool because the thumbnail for the last video, the we are the elements one, like I never know what the thumbnail is gonna look like. You never do until it just kind of shows up, you know. And it was like towards the beginning of the video when I held up my cup and I was like, oh, that's a perfect little thumbnail, yay. So anyway, okay, let's get back into this. So okay, so I wrote all that about how, and see, maybe that's why that / those intense waves of anger and emotional turmoil roared through me the other night and day to burn all this shit away with, like, you know, little fiery thing. And then I wrote, I've been holding on to all these emotions and deeply held beliefs about myself for so long, and it's time to let it all go. Release it, let it burn away, so we may rise again from the ashes, ... reborn, with another fire, like, doodle that I did. The primordial flame, and fire is sacred. And then I wrote, don't hold back. Stop holding back. Stop holding yourself back. Oh, I actually wrote, oh, exclamation point. Oh, so the answer I got to the question of how am I supposed to deal and heal with envy and jealousy? And the answer came some days later, simple yet profound. Gratitude. Gratitude is how you move through that. It's how you heal it. Like it like I just wrote and read from what I wrote. It's so simple yet profound. Just being thankful, thinking of all the things that you are grateful for in your life. As you hear sometimes, like, you're living the life that at one point in your life you dreamed about or you asked for, or you have things now that you didn't have maybe years ago that you have now. But even just things that have always been there, like even like your family, your health, your children, like your friends. Maybe you love the color of your hair or your eyes, or like I love my hands. I love hands. I'm so grateful for my hands because, like, God, we do everything with our hands. They're extensions of who we are. How cool is it that we have fucking hands that we can like, we can write, we can write with, we can create with, we can paint, we can sculpt, we can hold hands with people, we can cook, we can play instruments, like we can garden with our hand. Like literally, you guys, our hands are fucking amazing. And like I had read this fact, I don't know, some years ago, and it's stuck with me ever since. But supposedly, like, whenever we're growing in the womb, like as like little beings, like little embryos, you know, supposedly, the hands grow out from the heart space. So like our fucking hands are like extensions of our heart in a way. And I read that. I remember reading that and I was like, oh, it probably made me cry the first time I read it. Because as y'all maybe know by, or can sense or know by now, I am sensitive as fuck. Like every fucking thing makes me cry. I probably cry like every day at some point. And I don't just, it doesn't always have to be like a big, wet, emotional cry. Like what I went through when I was writing through this, but like sometimes it's just like I tear up. I at least tear up every day because things just like really touch my soul, dude. Like like just like existence is like, see, I'm like doing it now, like just like existence, dude. Like like I got into this in the last video, but it's like, dude, everything is sacred. Like when you get to this point where you just like, or maybe you've always like me, like just been sensitive. That's another reason I think I was so shy as a kid. I didn't really talk much, like, and because I've always been so sensitive, and maybe just like on a deeper level that I truly didn't understand at the time because I was a kid. Like maybe I didn't always, like, I have a wonderful family. They're wonderful people, and that's something I'm grateful for. I grew up in a family full of people that are actually good people. We all have like pure hearts and intentions, and we're kind and we're helpful and we're creative and we're fun. I was just talking to my mom about this. I'm like, I'm so grateful that like, first of all, I love our family, and I was like, I just love that we're so like, you know, sorry, I just like looked up and I got a message and it kind of threw me off for a sec. But anyway, I was telling her, I was like, I'm so grateful that like I love our family. I'm so grateful that we're just like all good people. You know, like we're good people and we like to have a good time. You know, like, so anyway, shit, where was I going through with that? Okay, so gratitude. Gratitude was, I felt, truly like the answer to that question. How do you deal with envy and jealousy? With gratitude. It's like that it's almost like on the same level of like simple yet profound truth as like breathing and how powerful breathing is. Gratitude is also very, very powerful and like deep, you know? So I said, and the answer came some days later, simple yet profound gratitude. Truly being so beautifully and deeply grateful for everything we do have. Like, I know this may seem like such a simple and obvious answer / natural kind of like polarity / duality to envy and jealousy. But again, it's like that profound truth hadn't quite landed in its full like essence and deep foundational power yet. But I feel it really got in there deep the other day. Finally, LOL. And I brought this up in the last video, but just like Anakin says, sometimes we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And I had brought Anakin up in the last video, and with this quote, he's fucking amazing. He also is like, he's so like in this lifetime, like he's so young, but he's so wise already. Like he is like very much an old soul, and like he's very tapped in and like deep, and he's just so goofy, dude. I love his energy too. He's just like, he's so funny, but like I said, like deep and real, and like, you know, just like wise, you know, and just he's the person I love too, because like he's just so authentic. You know, he's not afraid to be goofy. He's not afraid to like, sometimes I've even seen videos of his where like he'll straight up pop off on like a fucking like um like, what is that called? Like a freestyle, you know? And y'all know I kind of have like my inner kind of like, I don't know how to like describe it. But like, anyway, the point is, I love that dude. And if y'all haven't heard, I think his channel name is Anakin's Insights. And it's so funny because like when I had recorded that video, I kind of brought him up and like with this quote, and then I was like, I actually haven't watched one of his videos for a while. But then like later that night or the day after that, like I one like really stuck out to me, and I did actually recently the other day like finally did watch a video of his I hadn't watched any videos of his for a while. But anyway, so this is maybe like your sign, like go check him out because he's awesome. But oh, and then I wrote, like, it feels like retraining / reconstructing the mind and heart and consciousness to really, and then it went blank. Like I must have like either dozed off or I must have like forgot what I was gonna write because that thought just cut off. But then I wrote a line, and to be like, okay, that's a separate thing that I don't remember. And then under that I wrote grief for all the missed opportunities. I'm just sick of my old ways. And I wrote weight lifted, release it, neutralize and alchemize all of it with gratitude and acceptance too. And then I wrote thank you, thank you, thank you. And when I was reading this to myself in here before I pushed record and like decided to like say all this and record a video, like I was talking out loud about how it's cool because I feel like acceptance is like, I don't know, there's like an energy of surrender with acceptance. I feel like acceptance is like truth, awareness, and like surrender all mixed into one, because you see things for how it is, whether that's something within yourself or that's something with the world or that's something with a pattern or a relationship or a, you know, whatever, again, within yourself or outside of yourself. But like with the acceptance, like there has to come awareness of it, and then awareness of the truth of the situation, of whatever it is, and then surrendering to it and just being like, okay, well, I accept that this is what happened or this is how I am or whatever. But then like, just, I feel like acceptance though is like for yourself is like seriously truly like one of like the really important pieces of like the journey of self-love and self-mastery as well, because you have to be aware of everything. You know, like you have to become aware and just be completely honest with yourself and authentic and genuine and all of that. And that can lead to, I feel like, more maybe I don't know, it can just like lead to the next level, or it can just open up like more phases of the journey or you know, what have you. Oh, also I wanted I've heard this before and it came through my mind last night and I was like, dang, I wish I would have said that in the last video that I was talking about all this with. But okay, for anyone that hasn't heard this quote, it's simple yet very powerful. It's breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. And so again, and I wish that I had like thought about that in my last video, because that's when I was talking about like the elements and like anger and like the very nature of like our emotions and stuff, and like, and how we are reflections of nature and all the elements and how that relates to the things within us. So anyway, but now it's out there in this video. So again, I'm just like trusting again that like I don't think anyone's watching my videos yet. I watch my own videos back sometimes. And I feel like a lot of those views are my own views of them. That's why I kind of know, I can gauge, like, I don't think any of these are reaching anyone yet. But they're here. You know, they'll always be here for if anybody, you know, gets guided here to my channel, or my videos start somehow getting out there and reaching everybody. Like, oh my God, real quick also. So I discovered a new song yesterday. I don't know if anyone here is Slightly Stoopid fans. Slightly Stoopid is a band, for anyone that doesn't know. They're fucking amazing. They've always been one of my favorite bands for like, I first discovered them when I think I was 21, because, and that was a while ago, but like I remember I was working in Alaska for the summer, and that's where I got this tattoo, actually. Fun little backstory, and it's not done. But we went to Alaska twice, but the first time, um God, it was so fun. I missed those times. I missed the freedom and just being able to travel anywhere and like go hiking out in the beautiful nature. Like, God, I fucking miss that. I got wanderlust like a motherfucker. Like, that's why freedom is just like such a part of my personal like just soul. Like it's just a huge part of my being. Anyway, everyone is sovereign and deserves to be free and sovereign. But anyway, so okay, Alaska, I was housekeeping, and the person that I was working with that day, like that I had been teamed up with to like clean the rooms or whatever, he was playing his music out loud, and like Closer to the Sun came on by Slightly Stoopid, and I had never heard of them before, which is weird because I also love Sublime and I feel like they're similar. And like I had a huge Sublime phase like in high school, and I still love them, but it's like that's like when I like really got into them. So I'm really surprised that maybe I had come across Slightly Stoopid before and I didn't know. Anyway, so Closer to the Sun came on, and like, you know those songs that come on that you hear for the first time and it just stops you in your tracks and you're like, what is this? Like, I need to know what this is. So I asked the dude I was working with, I was like, dude, like I let it play because I listened to it and it like mesmerized me. And then like after the song I was like, dude, what was that song? Like, I need to fucking know. So anyway, and then after that, that led to my huge phase with Slightly Stoopid, right? And I've gotten to see them live, and they're fucking amazing. Like, I love their vibe, their energy, their music, their just everything. So anyway, yesterday, I was like kind of scrolling, you know, so we had a really busy day yesterday. So, but at one point, I think I was like looking for a song to listen to or something, or just kind of, I like to kind of just like scroll, excuse me, through YouTube and just kind of see what videos like, you know, pop up, or ones I want to save to watch maybe later or whatever. But like this song rolled up from Slightly Stoopid that I had never heard before, and it's called, okay, it's called Shine for You. Oh, 4224. And oh my fucking God, you guys, like, I've not been able to stop listening to it since I heard it. I was like, oh, new Slightly Stoopid. And so I clicked on it, right? And I listened to it, and it just like, it had that same like mesmerizing effect that like Closer to the Sun had on me. But like, what? Like 14, almost 15 years later. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that if anyone's Slightly Stoopid fans or just wants to like hear a really good fucking song, like, listen to that song. Like, it's just one of those songs where, like, it makes me feel so much. It makes me feel so vividly. Like, I feel like it like restores my hope in things. Like, it like makes me happy. It makes me like feel like everything's gonna be okay. And then also it's a fucking jam. And then, oh, it's Slightly Stoopid and G Love. So like Slightly Stoopid kind of, they have like a, I don't want to say tropical vibe, but it's like they have like that like really chill, like beachy kind of vibe, because I think they live in California. No, they definitely live in California. I know that. And so I know that Sublime's from Long Beach. Is Slightly Stoopid also from Long Beach? I can't remember. But anyway, but they also like, they just have such a cool fucking vibe, okay? But anyway, so like, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so, but they, and they've done songs with, they've collaborated with G Love before, like, from G Love and Special Sauce, and he fucking brings in the harmonica to it, and it's just like, oh, it's so good. Like, it's made me cry a couple times, like, but also, like I said, it's just a fucking jam. It is like, and it's like romantic too, and sweet, and like deep, and just like, it's beautiful. It's such a good song. Maybe I'll like link it in the description or something, and like so people can just click on it if you're curious, and so instead of having to look it up, you can just be like, oh, what is this song? And click on it and listen to it. Hopefully I hope you like it. If you do listen to it. Anyway, okay. Oh, I didn't even get it to this part. Okay. So what's the page after that? Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh my god, this is getting so long. But so, okay, I said like, okay, so this is the thing. This is where it gets into the physical, like the physical, what is it? Manifestation, the physical manifestation of this thing I had released. Because remember, like I had just read, like I just got really real and deep with myself. Like, dude, and just kind of like realization of like I've been dealing with this energy of like envy and jealousy my entire fucking life since I was a kid. It is time to like release this shit. And then it's like, and then I just got this beautiful answer of like, how do I deal with this? How do I navigate this? How do I process it and let it go and alchemize it with gratitude? Like it's just so beautiful. So I wanted to pass out on, but also, so I wrote like my neck slash like the back of my neck. So it said my neck slash top inner shoulder area feels so much lighter, dude, for real. Like it's kind of blowing my mind, lol. I was just here on the couch sitting up and my head was kind of just like hovering. Like, you know, like when you're so tired, like you're sitting on the couch and like I was just kind of sitting there thinking, and like my head, I was just kind of like, I wasn't leaning back, I wasn't leaning forward, I was just like there upright. That's why my head kind of felt like it was like hovering. So I said that lol it felt, and kind of also so, but also gently leaning back against the couch as I'm dozing in and out of consciousness. So I was like, my head was doing that floating thing. And then when I would doze off at one point after this time had happened, and I think oh that's right, okay. And then I think the coffee maker made a sound, because yes, I'd be making and drinking coffee at 3 o'clock in the morning, lol. So I kind of gently like snapped awake and was like, oh yeah, coffee. And then I realized how like smooth and weightless my neck and inner shoulders felt. Like, did I seriously unintentionally, oh, a little bird just like came into my view. I said like dot, did I seriously unintentionally shift some kind of energetic weight? Because for some reason that's what it be feeling like. Because when I tell you, you guys, like I like still like ever since that happened, I'm still just like in disbelief. Like I'll literally just look left to right and like move my neck around to be like, is this real? Like, is this really like, because for so long it's like I had been so used to it. Like, yeah, sometimes like, you know, if you sleep on your neck wrong, it kind of hurts, right? But like other than that though, it's like I had just kind of got used to like my neck just kind of feeling tight all the time, you know? And like, yeah, I would like stretch it and stuff. But like after I had this whole session of like feeling like I really released like some kind of major like just jealousy and envy energy like pent up first, I wonder why like that's where it was being held though, like back there, like in my, whoa, okay, I just had a thought. Okay, so back here, like the back of my neck slash what, my top middle shoulder area. So just now I had the thought of like, okay, why would it be held there though? You know, like why would that energy be stuck there? And I was thinking, I'm like, well, now since it feels so much lighter and like free and like I can turn my neck and it doesn't hurt anymore. Like, so I was like, well, maybe that's because maybe that's symbolic of like I said, I keep looking left and right and up and being like, oh my God, I just feel so amazing now and light. But it's like, maybe that's symbolic of like, I was always looking outside of myself at all of these things that I didn't have, when really I should have been looking like around me in a way that's like, what can I be, what's around me that I can be grateful for? I was looking around at everything I didn't have and like, well, not like purposely. I wasn't like, I don't have this and I want it. But it's just like whenever those situations would arise, it was always an external situation It was always like an external thing or circumstance or person or situation or whatever that made me feel this way. It made me feel jealousy and envy. But really, I should have been using my awareness to look around me at all of the things that I'm grateful for, at all of my blessings. Wow. That's cool. I love having like realizations like that. So, wow. So see, that's just like, that's like, it's so like cool to me now. So that's why I was thinking about this whole concept of like, okay, we have clearly things stored in our body, our physical body, but also like our energetic body. We have these things that are being stored, and we're ready to go to the next level. So it's that time where we're moving, we're actively like shifting either frequencies or dimensions or awarenesses within ourselves. And it's like, maybe you're dealing with this too, but this is what I'm going through. And this is why I'm sharing this, in case anyone else is going through this and like maybe needs some, like, they just want to be hanging out with someone that's going through it too. And I want to let you know you're not alone. Like, this is some crazy shit that you be doing and I be doing. And you know what? I am hella proud of us. And the divine is proud of us. And our ancestors are proud of us. Oh, so that's what started this whole thing. So then that got me thinking that there must be like a layer, like an energetic layer that's like ancestral. So like that's part of what I'm like also working through, is like it's like I'm being made aware of like these hidden things that have either been, again, like hiding in my energetic bodies or being stored in my cells, or like, that's why it's good, like somatic healing. I think I'm also getting into at this point in my life, like getting out that energy, whether that's with shaking or dancing or screaming or, you know, whatever, massaging yourself, like just getting it out. This is a time of great purging because a great shift is happening. And I think part of that, what will help us all evolve, is like really facing our shadows and diving into our shadows and exploring that realm within ourselves, and like really confronting these sides of ourselves, but also at the same time accepting ourselves, loving ourselves, forgiving ourselves. Oh my fuck. I I watched an Andy video, 13 Moon Tarot Andy. Fucking love her. She's another person I highly recommend to watch because she also is like just very tuned in, okay? She's also very like funny and like kind and nurturing, but like the way that she interprets things is very like, she's very wise, and she's just very like intuitive and tapped in. And so like it's funny because like she had just posted this collective reading like some days ago, and I knew right away I wanted to watch it, but I like didn't have the time at that time. It just didn't feel like the right time to watch it, right? And it's been popping up the past couple days, and it's like, yes, I know I need to watch it. I really want to watch it, but I haven't aligned with the right time to watch it, the right time. So like, and like I said, yesterday was Mother's Day, so that was like a busy day. So finally, last night, I know that like the thumbnail, I can't remember the actual title. Somewhere in the title it has to do with like closing a karmic loop. Oh, it was a karmic reset, I think. Also, like that was one of the things she had written in there. Oh, I thought it said 222. Anyway, but and so, but the thumbnail said like something about your strength, right? And so, and that's the thing, you gotta have inner strength to really do this work, and it enhances your strength because you face yourself. That's another thought and another thing I wrote down. I had this thought where I'm like, dude, because you've heard me maybe say this before, I honestly feel like life is like a fucking video game. Dude, guess who the final boss is? It's your fucking self. Like I had this thought, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, our own minds, our own inner critic, our own inner self, like our self, are reflected. We are our final boss of like this journey of like, you don't even have to call it just a spiritual journey. It's just the journey of the soul. It's a journey of the self. Like the awakening, the mastering of thyself, knowing thyself. Like you are your final boss. getting through to the core of who you are, and peeling off all the bullshit that's been accumulated. This is the whole point of all of this. We're cutting through the layers of bullshit and trauma and energetic weight that we have been fucking holding on to all these years. And if you're like me, we're going all the way back to childhood, okay? And then you get into like, oh wow, I haven't like moved my legs like this whole time. Holy fuck, we're almost at an hour. But anyway, this is like childhood and beyond, backwards and forwards and everywhere in time. This is like past lives. This is like, it's just, man, multi-dimensional times be happening. They always be happening. But like, does anybody understand all this that I'm that I'm talking about? Does this make any sense? It's like Jadina said the other day. She was like, there was a video I watched recently and she was like, does that make sense? And then she was like, sorry I say that all the time, it's just a habit. Like, I get that, because it's like when you pop off on these ranges, or like you speak these like, you know, kind of like deep multi-dimensional, just, you know, kind of out there kind of woo-woo shit. Not everybody gets it. So when we talk about it, we're like, does that make sense? Like, I hope this is making sense. But anyway, so so I honestly just feel like I'm still in disbelief about it. Like I said, I just did it again. I just turned my head and I'm like, I can't believe that something got released back there, because it just feels so light now. It's fucking amazing. And then like, oh my God. And then you guys, I had like a really like powerful experience with Thoth like the other night. It was, oh my God. And then oh my God, this is like a whole, I'm not going to get into that because this video is so long already. I don't know about any of you guys, but like, I truly feel like my intuitive abilities and perceptions are definitely expanding and like evolving. Like what was it? I had a spread the other night where I know the high priestess was involved. It was Three of Wands came out, which it was funny because Three of Wands came out in 2 different decks for that same reading. So that was like expansive energy, right? That was like very highlighted with that reading. So it was in this line of cards, Three of Wands came out by itself. And then right after that, the Five of Swords and the High Priestess came out together, like right after the Three of Wands. And so I was sitting with that for a minute and I was like, I feel like this is a message saying like confirmation that yes, you're cutting through like Five of Swords energy is like really like, you know, kind of for me, like I read that card as kind of being like stuck in your head, like, you know, thinking about like just anxiety kind of, and like just a lot of just mental turmoil, you know, paired with the High Priestess and coming out after the Three of Wands. That to me signified like you were expanding past, like not only are your intuitive and psychic abilities expanding and evolving, but like your vision is more powerful and is almost like helping you. It's expanding in such a way that you're like growing and evolving past like your mental limitations that you've always dealt with. You're finally like I said, just like cutting through the bullshit in your own mind, because again, your mind yourself is the final boss, if you want to look at it that way, like I did. Like I was like, or like I do now, it's like I am truly the only one, like the one that is like holding myself back. I am the one that's like holding on to all of this. So I am the one that has to heal it. I am the one that has to work through this, and I will, and I am like for myself, for my family, for my ancestors, for my descendants. Like that's why I'm here. Like that is like one of the reasons I truly feel like I am here, to do this work and to share this journey with other people that like may also be dealing with this, you know? And so like, I just really hope and pray that like my words somehow do reach the people that it will help. somewhere in the future, somewhere in time and space, as I like to say, because, you know, I need to watch that movie. I've never seen it. The everywhere, what is it? Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've heard nothing but good things about that movie. I need to watch it sometime. But yeah. Oh my god, it was so crazy too. Okay, so the what made me think about it and go on that fucking rant was because um ooh, okay, so a new person I have found is, I don't know her actual name, but her channel name is Enigma 369. Like I said, I haven't been watching her I've only watched like a couple of her videos so far, but I really dig her energy. I really dig how she like, god damn, this is fucking hot. But like I I just really like her. I just really dig her energy. And like I can tell that she's also very tapped in, and like, and I say that because sometimes I feel like there are people out there that like are kind of more, I don't even want to get into that. Some people are just surface level, and it's like maybe they think that they're tapped into something deeper or sacred. And you know what? I'm not here to judge. Anyway, but just with the people that I personally watch, like I feel like I know and I can feel that they are tapped into something very ancient and deep and genuine and authentic, right? And divine. So anyway, I just really, really like her. I would suggest her too. So um I had like, I'm not gonna get into that. But so again, this was the same night on the couch that I fell asleep and I had released the shit and my neck felt better, right? The same night, I randomly just wrote, I kind of like woke up, I woke up, you know, I woke up and my head kind of came up from the couch and I had just had this thought that I just wrote, let's heal this world together. That I can kind of show you guys. Will it even show? Like I wrote it right here, right? And I had this this Healing Forest 432 hertz video playing in the background. It was really beautiful too. It was like lots of green, so like lots of like heart energy healing too, tying into all of this. But like it was like this really beautiful, like, you know, green emerald looking forest with like this tree of life looking tree like forest, and there was like light kind of shining through. It was beautiful. So that's what I had on in the background this whole time when I was writing through all this. And see, that also, the frequencies of like that probably also helped. That I was listening to the channel called Fantasia Ambiance. They make really awesome shit. Like I went to their, I've been following them for like years, but I hadn't actually like listened to any of their videos for a while. And so I went to their profile because I wanted to see like who's the creator behind this channel, you know? And it's actually like a married couple, which I thought was beautiful. Like, and then they have like two other channels. One of them's like their lifestyle, like vlogs and stuff. Because they have like, you know, then I went to that and like they have like this beautiful garden and like it's just, excuse me, but like they actually like make these videos. Like I think one of them is a composer, and then the other one is like kind of like the design, like creative one that like puts together the video. Just beautiful, like collaboration, like love story couple, you know? So anyway, so then like I said, I had like fallen asleep again. I had dozed off, and then I woke up and I had this thought, like, let's heal this world together, right? And then I said, dude, I had just heard such thought that whilst my eyes were closed, and I was drifting off again after reading some really sweet comments on this video. What video? Oh, that one I think that was talking about. Oh, and then after I opened my phone to look up the name of that video that I was talking about on this page, which I didn't read yet, or I don't think I'm gonna go, but so as I'm scrolling looking for something after I had written this up out of my doze off or whatever, let's heal this world together, dude, a video rolled up from Divine Dove. That's Melissa. I really love her too. But heard that video that had rolled up after I wrote this. It was called Your Success is Healing This World and Making Some People Mad. ... Keep going. And I was like, these are like the kinds of like freaky synchronicities that are happening. Freaky in a good way. Freaky magical in a good way. And like these are like the kinds of synchronicities that happen to me. And they just blow my mind. And I'm so glad that I write in journals, because it's like this is physical proof for me personally, but also if anyone ever if I ever meet anyone or friend or lover or divine encounter, whoever, like if anyone ever wants to read my journals, I would be honored. Like I think I would feel really good. That's one of those things, like I create, like I spend so much time in these things that I create, whether it's like my journals or it's like I'm one of those people that like creates so many fucking playlists depending on like my different moods, like the different style, the different genres of music that I like, and like I said, different moods. And like I even have like a cottagecore dreams playlist that like I like on YouTube, here on YouTube, that like, you know, I add videos to, or shorts that like, you know, like it's almost like Pinterest in a way, but it's YouTube instead. But it's like that's my list that has like the cottagecore, like the slow, peaceful cottagecore, magical, whimsical life that I'm trying to create, and I would love to get to at some point. I create as much as I can in my life, you know, with what I have and what I got. Love is what I got. I said, remember that. Man, Sublime's really coming through today. But anyway, so what was I saying? Playlists, journals. Oh yeah. I would like love to meet somebody that like would actually genuinely want to explore this world that like I have been creating, you know, like in the form of like written word in these journals and stuff. But maybe someday, you know. Well, in the meantime, you know, I got you guys, or you know, whoever maybe someday will watch these. Even myself, like I said, I go back and watch my own videos because I'm like, fuck, what did I even pop off about today? Like, but anyway, so that was just like a really cool synchronicity. Okay, so the Divine Dove / Melissa Heart, LOL, video that came up after I randomly wrote the Let's Heal This World Together after waking up was called Your Success is Healing This World and Making Some People Mad. Keep going, with the fire emoji. And I was like, dude, ... what? LOL. And then I said, I really feel like I got some gifts / abilities coming online. LOL. Should be activating, awakening. Like, what are the fucking odds? With like question mark, exclamation point. I was like, basically the same 3 words I wrote down before seeing that video, like major confirmation. And then I wrote it again. Let's heal this world together. And then I said, now I'm very excited to hear this, LOL. And this healing forest music is divine, LOL, and simply amazing. Oh, I did see in screenshot. I wrote that. I write screenshot because it makes me laugh instead of screenshotted. I was like, no, screenshot is quicker and it's funnier because it has shat in it. But I did see and screenshot it, said 444 views whilst I was watching that video. You see what I mean? Just the most beautiful synchronistic shit happens. Ooh, okay, maybe I'll read this for you guys. So this is something that she had said in this video that I was just talking about. Because she actually said in the video, she was like, okay, this is coming through. She like has it on her website, she said, and stuff. But she was like, okay, this is coming through. She was like, write this down. And I was like, I grabbed my pencil and I was like, got it. This is what it says. It's powerful. I am safe, sovereign, and free. I am divinely protected. I don't know if I had written that, or because that was before what I know that what I put in the quote. So maybe I had written that. Anyway, and then I put 444 because I had seen 444 in the views. Okay, this is what she said to write down. It says, I call back all of my energy, all of my power from any space, place, person, or entity across all timelines, dimensions, and galaxies. Ooh, see that throat chakra cleaving through. May your throat chakra be free and be set free. That's me saying that, not her. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start over. Okay. She said, I call back all of my energy, all of my power from any space, place, person, or entity across all timelines, dimensions, and galaxies. I declare that any cord, attachment, or entity that may have been trying to cause disharmony or siphon my energy, you are removed and transmuted with love. I am safe, I am whole, I am protected. And so it is said, so it is done, it is done, it is done. And that was the end of the quotes. And then I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. With a bunch of hearts and, you know, the heart, the little twinkles and stuff. But anyway, okay, I think I'm going to finally end this now. Sorry, now I'm just like, I'm locked in. I just love looking through my journals, dude. I don't even like remember everything that I write. So when I go back and read, I'm like, oh yeah. Or so, honestly, like I feel like this is what being a channel feels like. Sometimes like I will read things and I'm like, I don't even fucking remember writing that. Like most things I do, but then there will be times when I'll read something and I'm like, I don't even remember writing that or that coming through, but clearly. Ooh, okay, I'll leave you with this. Aw, laughter unites people. It unites things. My channel got all kinds of flavors. Because I create things that take your whole ass consciousness on an adventure. A little on a quest, perhaps. Healing portals. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna end this now. I am so hot and sweaty. Like, look, I'm probably like glistening right now. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. For anybody that was here today or right now, I love you so much and I appreciate you being here. And just remember how powerful and loved and protected you are. You are free. You are sovereign, and I love you. Infinite love from my heart to yours. Mwah!